hope I can get that soy sauce out. I just got this shirt. You guys are gonna have a sweaty Lacey today for this YouTube video because it is hot as a mother freaker out here and I am outside. But hello, hi. It's a Tuesday video, not a Monday video, because yesterday was my birthday and I didn't feel like filming and posting a video while I was doing all kinds of other birthday activities. But we're back. Hello, how the heck are you? So the only thing I ask is if you would please listen to the whole video before commenting. I have no problem answering questions or any kind of concerns, but I just want to be able to explain myself, and that's why it's in a YouTube video and not anywhere else. So I hope a lot of TikTok, Instagram, Facebook people are here as well so that they can hear me out as to what I'm trying to explain. Just to give you a little bit of backstory of why we got into cattle, if you're not familiar and haven't watched the videos, basically my grandfather got super into show cattle, and then that trickled down into my brother and cousins, and so he started getting a herd so that we could have a calf crop. So that was us producing our own calves to show because it was cheaper that way. So then my brother got cows, my cousin got cows, and we just kept breeding because after my brother was showing, then it was me, and it trickled down. I sold some show calves, and then my cousin started showing, so we needed to have a calf crop. That is why a lot of my girls are super friendly, because they're ex-show heifers, and that is the reason why we kept a bull and kept breeding. Also, cattle will just breed. You know, you leave a bull and cows unattended, they're going to continue to reproduce because that's the life cycle, that's nature. We've never forced anything. We dabbled with AI, which is artificial insemination, for a little bit, but for us we just preferred the natural, having a bull. And we would cycle bulls out, so we avoided things like any kind of incest and those issues, okay? So obviously when we bought Rocco, it was because we knew we needed a bull because Kaylee was getting into showing and she still had years left. So when we bought Rocco, we knew we were going to keep him for at least a couple years because we wanted to have a calf crop, but we knew that eventually we were going to get out of it. And I've explained that since the beginning, that once Kaylee was done showing, we would be done breeding. And then we would just have the pet cows we have, and they would just live here until they die of natural causes or whatever could happen, you know that. And now we're reaching that point because Kaylee's last year to be able to show is this coming year. We decided not to do this year because she was still on the fence of if she was going to go to college, if she was going to go away, what her life plan was. So we decided to just ex-nay this year. But I think next year for her last year, she really wants to show, and I want to let her. So Rocco has been breeding the girls, but then we really don't need to have a bull, and we don't want to keep producing because then we have to keep selling because we only have so much land. We have about 60 acres of pasture land, and that's great. It's lush, but you cannot overpopulate it. So what that means is you cannot graze too many cows on it because then not only does it hurt the ground, the actual environment itself, but then I have to pay more to feed my cows with hay and supplement because they are not able to use the ground. We try to rotationally graze and then obviously keep our numbers at a certain point so that we do not have to worry about harming the ground, the environment, and then making sure we get the most out of it because the longer my cows are on pasture, the less I have to spend on feed and hay. Oh my God, please, I love you, but you just scared the bejeebus out of me. Oswald came in to say hi, wondering why his mom was sitting on the ground, but it kind of scared the shit out of me. Sorry for that brief intermission. Anyway, let's get back into this. Now, the reason I wanted to post a video on YouTube and to explain is because, hello. Hi, big man. Come say hi. Hi. Just don't step over me because you're a big dude. Hello, big man. How are you today? You just wanted to see what I was doing? And now you're good to go graze? Okay. Love you. Just checked in like, hey, what you doing, Mom? All right, bye. You're so goofy. So the reason why I'm talking about this is because we are going to sell Rocco, but don't freak out yet again. Please let me finish because it's a super exciting, perfect scenario. And also we are going to downsize a little bit, but I'm going to explain to you everybody and everything because right now I think we have hit 40 total. And so we have to downsize because not only do we have to prepare for a calf crop next year, and then that'll be where we like finish out and we know that we have enough ground to graze, which I should tell you that too. 35 is about our cap that we like to stay at just to make sure that we're not overdoing the ground. So that way you guys know and you have an idea in your head while we move forward. So yes, we are selling Rocco. Here is why. Rocco cannot be castrated at the size, weight, and maturity that he is. It also would be unfair to him. I don't want to use any word like torment or torture, but having a male bull whose job, like he has literal glands to detect estrus, which is when cows are at their peak, you know, ovulation, letting him not be able to breed cows around him would kind of be unfair. Not torturous, I'm not going to sound like it's a huge dramatic thing, but it would be unfair. That's why he has gotten out in the past. That's why he's gotten into neighbor pastures, because he wants to breed cows. That's what he's bred to do. Like that's what they're supposed to do in the wild, okay? So we cannot just castrate him and make him a steer like Oswald. He's too old. Oswald, we caught at a good age. He has not a lot of testosterone. He's Gucci. He's going to stay here till he dies. Okay. Next thing that is an option. Keeping him separate constantly would not work because A, it is torture. It is abuse to leave one cow by itself. So he would have to have some kind of girlfriend, buddies. When we've left him with just guys like Oswald, he has escaped, jumped fences, gotten out. We could leave him with Joe, but then we're still reproducing. So there's still a calf we probably have to sell because then it would be his daughter. So like there's just, again, there. And then it's making sure that we constantly have pastures that are separate, making sure his daughters are never with him. Not saying we can't do that. There's so much land that we have. Okay. Lastly, there's not really a spay option for cows. People have asked this. Have there been spays performed on cattle? Absolutely. I'm not questioning that at all. But to realistically spay 30 cows would probably cost 6 figures. Now, I might be highballing it, but I guarantee it's more than 50,000 because of just all of the intensive like capabilities. Is there birth control for cows? I don't really know. I don't think so. I'll move over here so you guys can actually see the cows moving behind me. I don't think there are birth control options. I could look into it, but the easiest thing is to just remove the one source. It is the easiest option to just sell Rocco. That way, that's why we don't keep any other males. Hi, Arthur. It just makes it easier, and that will be the most beneficial for everybody. Where is Rocco going? That's probably the biggest question you've had so far this whole time. You've been like, I'm not commenting yet. Where is he going? Don't you worry, okay? Because I would not sell Rocco to just anybody, all right? I am so freaking happy with the way this worked out. It's quite literally perfect, straight up. He is not only, there he is, freaking sniffing cooch behind me, little man whore. So not only is Rocco going to somebody that is one of my good friends that I love and trust. So A, I know he's going to get taken care of just like I take care of him. I know this person already loves him and is going to take the utmost care for him because they were so excited to get him. But B, it's my friend. So I can get updates through text, calls, all that, but I also can go visit, okay? And lastly, the best thing for you guys is they're a fellow content creator. My good friend Maureen of Foxtrot Equine is buying Rocco and starting a small shorthorn. Well, I say small now because there's just a little bit, but they are starting, their family has D20 Ranch. I will tag the things below so that you can follow along for Rocco's journey. But I am so freaking happy because they have 480 beautiful acres out in Colorado. It is so gorgeous. Rocco is going to be it's a very similar farm to what we do. They want to get into shorthorns, have their kids show, and they were ecstatic to get Rocco because they have 2 smaller kids and they want a bull that they can trust the demeanor and know that he's not, a jerk. And I'm just absolutely floored. So they're working out the kinks of trying to figure out when they can get Rocco. We're not selling to anybody else. They are getting him. They're going to work out how to get him out there, a trucker to somebody to move him out there, and then they will have him. So I will update you when he officially leaves. But it's sad because Rocco has been one of the best bulls we've ever had. His demeanor is unmatched. He is such a sweet angel. Who's coming in? Oh, hey, Ginger. He is such a sweet angel. He is absolutely amazing. I am so sad to see him go, but I'm so grateful that he's going to that situation. Now moving forward after the Rocco situation. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. But I just wanted to tell you as far as downsizing anymore. Red and Ginger are very old and starting to, unfortunately, really show their age. So I just want to let y'all know that there is a potential that they will definitely probably be passing on, or we might have to put them down in the near future. I just want to prepare you for that. Now, calves born this year, all the males will be sold. That is Arthur, Cinder, Titan, Ronan, Jet. Was there any more? I don't think there's any more unless Izzy has a boy, and I might be missing somebody right now because I'm trying to think through my head. But everybody else, all the girls so far are going to stay from this year. So that's like Rhea, Bean, Gwen, Paprika, all that. Big cows that we are selling. My dad is going to sell Leona because of the situation with Liam. I am not loving that idea because, we're not breeding much more in the future, but my dad wants to say just in case. We don't know what happened in 5 years and we don't want to have that issue. So he made that decision because Leona is a cow that he owns and I'm not going to tell him no. So Leona will be leaving, and then I am going to sell Miss Frizzle. She's a cow that doesn't get a lot of watch time because she's just not a super friendly gal, and that's the problem. I'm taking over a lot more of the responsibility of the farm, and this past time when we vaccinated everybody, Miss Frizzle caused a hell of a ruckus in the corral, and she really put us in some predicaments. So, and that caused other cows to get frazzled. There's Snow. There she goes. And so just to be safer moving forward, I'm gonna send her up the road. Salem also caused a lot of issues, so I'm still trying to decide because I do love her. I don't have the same, I'm not selling to individuals with them, so I don't have the same backstory as the Rocco situation. And then as far as the littles, I believe I'm selling Nora, and then my dad has to decide, but I believe he wants to sell Penny, possibly Rain, and Millie. Again, these are decisions we don't want to necessarily make, but we have to get our numbers down a little lower because we do just have so many animals for our land. And then moving forward, after the calf crop of next year, we'll probably just sell all the boys, and then we'll just let them live their best lives. I'm still never going to call it a sanctuary. I've made the mistake of using that verbiage, and I think it confuses people, so I will just always be a pet farm. And also, I want to calm your nerves here too. Liam is getting castrated, and he will be another Oswald. I'm too attached. He will not be going anywhere. He will just be a steer on the farm like Oswald. But yeah, I think that's everybody. I don't think there's anybody else, but yeah, like I said, these are decisions that we have to make sure that we are doing best by our cattle and making sure they have plenty to eat, but then also doing best by the ground and the environment to make sure we are not overpopulating the ground and tearing up the pasture ground that we have. We don't want to be bad to the environment. So that is the update. Like I said, I wanted to make sure I got it to you guys so you understand what's going on. And like I said, now you can have any questions. I just wanted you to fully hear me out and have a nice cohesive video for my people who might not know about my YouTube or coming from TikTok and Instagram or Facebook, because in a minute and a half, I could not possibly get all this out. So thank you so much for listening to the entire thing. If you have any other questions, you can drop them down below. Feel free. But other than that, thank you so much for hanging out and listening. I will keep you updated for when Rocco does depart. And I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, week. You guys made my birthday absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much. I felt so loved. The plushie sale is still going on at heiferpleaseco.com. So if you want to check that out, the plushies are only $20 right now. And I will do that probably the rest of this week. So check it out. All right. Thank you guys so much. Bye.